Hi guys and welcome back to Slice of Mike. If you're uncomfortable with the idea of me recommending books I have not read yet, think of it as a TBR where I openly admit that I'm probably not going to read any of these books because I don't have the time. But if you have the time, then you should definitely read them because I will be super jealous. The first book on my list is the one that I'm possibly the most excited about reading, or for you guys reading at least, and that is What Is Yours Is Not Yours by Helen Uyeyemi. It is a collection of short stories that is, I believe, full of magical realism elements, and also there is this extended key metaphor that keeps coming in and out of the stories. I'm recommending this to you because I'm sure it's going to be fantastic. It's gotten brilliant reviews on every website that I use, and I've also read her novel, which is called Boy Snowbird, and is a literary retelling of Snow White, and I really enjoyed that. So I have a good feeling about this one, and I think you guys would like it. The next book on my list I included because a lot of booktubers recommended it to me, and I do hope to read it, although it doesn't appear like it's going to happen anytime soon, but that book is Forgive Me, Leonard, Peacock by Matthew Quick. People recommended this to me after I read This Is Where It Ends by Mariakimi Kamp, which I don't recommend to anyone, and they recommended Forgive Me, Leonard, Peacock because it tells a similar story in what they said was a better way. It's about a boy who brings a gun to school and fully intends to kill his former best friend and then himself. So I think it's a narration describing why he's decided to do this. I'm assuming there's a twist and something else happens and blah. The next book on my list is actually two books, but they're both by the same author, and those books are Radiance and Deathless by Catherine M. Valenti. The first book I mentioned, Radiance, is her latest adult novel, and it is about an alternative America where science has advanced way earlier than we thought it would, and space travel is happening, and different planets have been colonized, but you have all this happening alongside black and white movies because somehow the entertainment industry is still where it would be in our world, tied in with all this crazy science fiction stuff that's happening. The second book, Deathless, is one that I do own, although I haven't read it yet, and it is a retelling of a classic Russian fairy tale, although I'm not really sure what fairy tale it's based on. I would recommend both of these books because I have read, at this point, 6 things that Catherine M. Valenti has written. I've read every book in her Fairyland series, and I've also read her adult novel, Palimpsest, which I really enjoyed and recommended a while back. These books are probably going to be surefire hits as well, and they sound very different from each other, and I think they both would be exciting things for you guys to read. Next on my list is a book called Winkpapi Midnight by April Genevieve Tucholpi. One of the characters is very into fairy tales, and I think all of them serve as narrators for the stories, except they have different ways of telling their story, and you also don't really know if they're telling the truth or if they're embellishing it with things that didn't actually happen. It seems like it's probably going to be more of a character-driven book than a plot-driven book, so if character-driven stories are your thing, then this is the one for you. And the last book on this list is The Book of Strange New Things by Michel Faber. The main reason I want to read this book is because I love when science fiction, and also fantasy to some extent, explores the ideas found in our world's religions. When it's done respectfully and when it's done with the intent of developing thought, there's this really interesting cross-pollination of ideas that occurs, and I get the best book buzz when I read something like that, and so I'm really looking forward to this for that reason, and it sounds like an awesome book. People on BookTube seem to like it, so I feel pretty good about recommending it to you guys. As I stated in the beginning of the video, I have not read a single one of these books, but I feel pretty good about them all, and I think that overall people are going to like them. And as always, I would love to hear suggestions from you guys on books that I should read based on books from this list, based on books I've talked about in the past that I have enjoyed, so feel free to leave a comment about books that I should read in the comment section below. That's going to be it for me today. I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and it's full of new and exciting things, and I will talk to you all later. Bye!